Diving into a great single-player game is like embarking on an unforgettable adventure, where every detail is crafted to take you to a whole new universe. These games are true masterpieces, capable of captivating you with engaging stories, stunning visuals, and mechanics that challenge creativity. Some games are so impactful that not playing them would almost be a sin for any game lover. Ready to discover the games that absolutely belong in your collection? I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel. I bring daily content so you won't miss a thing from the world of games. If you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd be really happy. From one gamer to another. Kicking off the list, Uncharted 4 is the kind of game that makes you feel like you're living in a great adventure movie. The narrative is so engaging that with every scene, you find yourself rooting, laughing, or even holding your breath. It's a visual spectacle, with stunning environments ranging from tropical islands to ancient cathedrals, creating a setting that makes you want to explore every corner. The climbing mechanics, clever puzzles, and adrenaline-filled chases flow so seamlessly that it feels like you're inside one of the best action games ever made. What really stands out is how the game blends grand moments with personal, emotional touches. The dialogues are so natural that you almost forget you're playing and not watching. The gameplay is a masterclass in creating variety without losing the rhythm. You leap between intense shootouts, exploring historical ruins, and even more introspective moments that deepen the story. This combination of cinematic action and intimate moments is what makes this game unforgettable. Another highlight is the attention to detail, from the facial expressions to the subtle clues hidden within the scenery, always sparking your curiosity. There's one moment involving a car chase that truly defines pure adrenaline. It's the kind of experience that will make any adventure game fan grin from ear to ear. If you love getting lost in rich stories and breathtaking scenes, this is the perfect game to start your journey. Next up, Red Dead Redemption 2, a masterpiece that transports you to the Wild West with an impressive attention to detail. From the vast and vibrant landscapes to the lively interactions with the world around you, everything is designed to make you truly feel a part of that era. The story is grand, yet intimate, diving into both internal and external conflicts that resonate deeply. The attention to little details, like setting up camp or caring for your horse, creates an immersive rhythm that keeps you connected from start to finish. What impresses is how every action carries weight and consequence, making each decision significant. Whether in a duel at sunset or a calm moment by the river, the journey never ceases to surprise. The freedom to explore, paired with memorable missions, keeps the player engaged. And it's not just the setting that shines. The incredibly well-written dialogues and unexpected twists ensure that the story stays etched in your memory. There's also an unmatched charm in how the game connects you to the protagonist. The choices you make, the interactions with strangers, and even how you handle your group members create a unique bond. Each day in the vast plains or icy mountains brings something new, whether it's a challenging hunt or an unexpected encounter that changes everything. It's a true lesson in how games can feel alive and pulsating. In third place, Elden Ring is a true masterpiece that blends exploration with a constant sense of discovery. What stands out from the start is how the open world is designed to spark curiosity. Every region seems to tell its own story, full of mysteries that you uncover at your own pace, almost like piecing together a giant puzzle. The combat is a deadly dance, requiring skill, patience, and a fair amount of strategy, but the satisfaction of overcoming each challenge is unparalleled. The atmosphere created is unique. Whether in flower-filled fields, ruined castles, or dark caves, every setting carries a melancholic beauty that's hard to ignore. The visuals are impressive, but it's the little details that truly make a difference, like a distant sound warning you of danger or a building far off that beckons you to investigate. The sense of reward with every discovery is what keeps players hooked, always wanting to explore more. Another standout feature is the freedom of choice, both in how you progress and how you customize your character. It's an invitation to experiment and carve your own path. Some battles are so epic that they're etched into your memory, especially when you face colossal creatures with breathtaking designs. Every victory feels like a genuine accomplishment, reinforcing why this is one of the most talked about games of recent times. Continuing, The Witcher 3 stands out as an RPG that defined its era by delivering a vast, living world. Each region explored, from open fields to dense forests, is crafted with such incredible attention to detail that it leaves a lasting impression. The events scattered across the map make every step feel significant, with side stories so well written that they often rival the main plot. The combat system combines skill and strategy, allowing players to use magic, potions, and various attack styles to face the threats that arise. The preparation before each battle is just as important as the fight itself, making the encounters both challenging and rewarding. Additionally, the monster hunting contracts add an element of tension, pushing the player to confront creatures that seem to have come straight out of a dark tale. The narrative truly shines by exploring tough choices and long-lasting consequences. Every decision made leaves an impact on the world and on relationships with the characters. This development makes the journey unique and full of unforgettable moments, solidifying the game as one of the greatest icons in RPG history. In fifth place, God of War is a game that redefines the meaning of reinvention within action games. The journey is intense and full of nuances, with moments that shift between explosive battles and emotional dialogues that reveal unexpected layers of the story. The world is designed with such care that every setting feels like it tells its own story, whether it's a snowy forest or a land marked by ancient conflicts. The gameplay features visceral, strategic combat, where every move demands attention and precision. The progression system is engaging, allowing the player to constantly feel the evolution of skills while facing challenging enemies. The way the mechanics are integrated into the story makes each battle more impactful, turning every confrontation into something meaningful. The real difference lies in the bond formed with the characters. Their interactions are genuine, filled with moments that range from tension and humor to mutual learning. This emotional connection, combined with the rich environment and flawless pacing, makes it impossible to put the controller down until every secret in this universe is uncovered. In sixth place, Metaphor ReFantazio emerges as an adventure that embraces the unexpected in every detail of its universe. This game draws you in with its unique aesthetic and dreamlike atmosphere, transporting players to a vibrant world where everything seems laden with meaning. Each location you visit has a distinct visual identity, rich in symbolism that intertwines with the narrative in surprising and enchanting ways. The gameplay is marked by creativity. The strategic combat, combined with innovative mechanics, challenges the player to think differently in every situation. It's not just about defeating enemies. There's a sense of planning and adaptation that makes each encounter feel special. The choices made throughout the journey shape the unfolding events, creating a direct connection with how the story progresses. Another fascinating aspect is the way the game evokes emotions by exploring deep, complex themes. From intriguing dialogues to unpredictable twists, every moment seems designed to provoke thought and leave lasting impressions. Added to this, the masterfully composed soundtrack amplifies the emotional impact, making the presented universe unforgettable. In seventh place, Bloodborne immerses the player in a dark and disturbing world. From the very first moment, the oppressive atmosphere makes it clear that survival will be earned through effort and attention. The setting, inspired by Gothic and Victorian elements, creates striking environments where every corner seems to hide a new secret or impending danger. The gameplay is a constant test of reflexes and strategy. The faster-paced combat, compared to other similar games, requires the player to embrace confrontation and abandon hesitation. The sense of mastery, gained after each challenging battle, is unique and unforgettable. The variety of weapons available allows for diverse approaches, encouraging experimentation in every fight. What makes this experience so special is how the world tells its own story. There are no easy answers, but subtle clues and fragments reveal deep layers about the mysteries of this universe. Every discovery, whether visual or narrative, feels like uncovering something rare and intense. For those who enjoy challenges that go beyond the obvious, this is a game that delivers something truly unforgettable. In 8th place, Cyberpunk 2077 shines with its vision of a chaotic and fascinating technological future. The city, with its neon-lit streets and oppressive architecture, seems to pulse with life at every corner. The setting is an irresistible invitation to get lost among towering skyscrapers, dangerous alleys, and crowded markets, where there's always something or someone ready to surprise you. The progression system offers a unique freedom to shape your abilities and playstyle. Whether it's stealth, direct combat, or creative technological solutions, each approach is rewarded in a different way, ensuring no two journeys are alike. The side missions are so well developed that they often rival the main storyline, presenting tales that captivate with their depth and impact. The biggest highlight is how choices impact the unfolding of events. Seemingly small decisions often trigger unexpected consequences, making it clear that every action carries weight. Interaction with characters is intense and emotionally charged, deepening the narrative even further. For those who enjoy exploring the darker side of science fiction, this is an indispensable choice. In 9th place, Ghost of Tsushima stands out by transporting players to feudal Japan amidst a devastating conflict. The setting impresses with its visual richness, featuring vibrant flower fields, misty mountains, and villages that seem to capture the essence of a lost era. Every detail reinforces the feeling of being immersed in a living world, where the wind guides you and every step leads to a new discovery. The combat balances brutality and elegance, offering duels that directly echo samurai cinema. Mastery of different stances and the use of traditional tools make each encounter unique, requiring skill and adaptation. Exploration is rewarding, with secrets scattered across the map that deepen your connection with the universe. One of the most striking elements is how the narrative blends honor, revenge, and sacrifice. The interactions between characters are full of emotion and dilemmas, creating memorable moments that stay with you after the game ends. All of this comes together to create a journey that is both a tribute to Japanese culture and one of the most captivating adventures you can play. In 10th place, Alan Wake 2 brings psychological horror back in its most intense form. The game's atmosphere is suffocating, filled with shadows and a constant sense of uncertainty. Every setting, from dark forests to abandoned houses, seems designed to unsettle, creating a tense mood that never lets you relax. The investigative system adds a dynamic intrigue, where clues and narrative fragments must be pieced together to progress. This, combined with unexpected encounters that test reflexes and courage, turns every step forward into an achievement. The story, deeply rooted in suspense and the supernatural, takes you through twists that defy the predictable, keeping your attention from start to finish. An element that stands out is the balance between combat and exploration. While moments of action require precision and quick thinking, exploration unveils intriguing secrets that deepen the plot. All of this is accompanied by a soundtrack that intensifies the immersion, creating a unique experience that redefines the horror genre in games. In 11th place, Days Gone presents a journey set in a constantly changing post-apocalyptic world. The desolate roads and dense forests are inhabited by unexpected dangers, creating an environment where every movement requires caution. The use of the motorcycle as the main means of transport adds a unique touch to the exploration, reinforcing the sense of isolation and survival. The horde system is one of the most impressive aspects. Hundreds of enemies move chaotically, forcing the player to plan routes and use the environment to their advantage. This dynamic turns every encounter into a fight for survival, where every resource matters. The missions vary between tense moments and introspective ones, showcasing the impact of a devastated world on human relationships. The plot combines action and emotion in an engaging way, exploring themes such as loss, loyalty, and redemption. The daily challenges faced by the protagonist reflect the struggle to maintain humanity in a hostile world. Every place visited, whether it's an outpost or an abandoned cave, adds layers to the narrative, enriching this unique adventure. In 12th place, Dead Space Remake brings back space horror with a modern approach that elevates tension to new heights. The claustrophobic setting of the ship, with dimly lit corridors and disturbing sounds, creates a constant sense of vulnerability. Every visual detail, from the worn electronic panels to the traces of destruction, reinforces the oppressive, hostile environment. The gameplay revolves around strategic combat, where every action must be calculated. The dismemberment of enemies is not only brutal, but essential for survival, forcing quick decisions in moments of danger. The lack of resources amplifies the challenge, making every item found a significant victory. The zero-gravity mechanics, updated in this remake, offer unique exploration moments in completely desolate areas. The narrative intertwines intensely with the environment, creating full immersion. As the story unfolds, the mystery surrounding the ship's events becomes more intriguing, involving the player in unsettling discoveries. The combination of psychological horror, meticulous action, and surprising twists makes this remake a must-have for fans of the genre. In 13th place, Lies of P presents a dark and captivating reimagining of a classic tale. The decadent city that serves as the backdrop is a spectacle in itself, with fog-covered streets and architecture that blends elegance and decay. Every corner seems to hide something sinister, creating an environment that both sparks curiosity and provokes discomfort. The combat system is marked by precision and demands patience and mastery of movements. The ability to customize weapons, combining parts found throughout the journey, adds a strategic element that values creativity. Encounters with challenging opponents require full attention, making each victory rewarding. The battles against imposing enemies are true visual and technical spectacles. The plot is as intriguing as the setting, exploring themes of morality, humanity, and choice. The dialogues and events along the way reveal twists that surprise and provoke thought, keeping the player constantly engaged. This balance between a deep narrative and sharp mechanics solidifies the game as one of the most memorable in its genre. In 14th place, Resident Evil 4 Remake revives a classic with a modern approach that balances action and suspense. The eerie village, with its hostile inhabitants and hidden secrets, is a central piece that keeps the player on constant alert. The updated visual details breathe new life into iconic environments, making each setting more engaging and terrifying. The gameplay pace is a standout. The combination of exploration, tense combat, and resource management creates a sense of urgency with every movement. The varied arsenal, combined with customization options, encourages different playstyles, while encounters with challenging enemies test skill and adaptability. Even veteran fans will find surprises in revamped confrontations that elevate the difficulty. The narrative, with adjusted dialogues and new elements, deepens the atmosphere of mystery. Each discovery along the journey helps expand the game's universe, enriching the plot without losing its original essence. It's a remake that honors the legacy of the original while presenting it in a fresh and exciting way for new generations. In 15th place, Mafia Definitive Edition delivers a cinematic journey into the world of organized crime in the 1930s. Every detail, from the classic cars to the impeccable outfits, faithfully recreates the atmosphere of the time, transporting players to streets full of tension and glamour. The city design is a spectacle in itself, with iconic locations adding authenticity to the narrative. Combat, both in gunfights and hand-to-hand confrontations, is agile and intense. The car chases, with controls adjusted for the depicted era, are electrifying moments that add dynamism to the gameplay. The game's linearity works in its favor, ensuring that each mission advances the plot with sharp dialogues and memorable situations that capture attention. The story is the heart of the game, exploring the rise and dilemmas of a man in the underworld. The interactions between characters, always full of emotion and conflict, give depth to the story. Every choice made during progression reflects the sacrifices and risks involved in a world where trust is scarce. A game that shines as one of the best examples of narrative in games. In 16th place, Baldur's Gate 3 takes the RPG genre to new heights with its depth and freedom of choices. The world created is vast and full of details, where every explored area presents unique secrets and possibilities. Interaction with the environment is rich, allowing players to creatively use the surroundings in combat situations or during missions. The turn-based combat mechanics are strategically refined, offering a perfect balance between planning and action. The character's abilities vary in such a way that every decision, both in and out of combat, has a direct impact on the outcomes. The ability to shape the story based on choices made throughout the journey gives the game exceptional replayability. The script is a work in itself, with dialogues that flow naturally and options that allow exploration of different layers of each character. The plot, full of twists and surprising moments, keeps players constantly intrigued. This is the type of game that stands out for its ability to make each session feel new and unexpected. In 17th place, Dishonored 2 offers a flawless combination of engaging narrative and creative freedom. The mission design is carefully crafted, allowing players to choose between stealth actions or direct confrontations. Each area explored presents alternative paths and creative solutions that reflect the choices made throughout the journey, reinforcing the feeling of control over the story. The use of special abilities adds a layer of strategy that stands out. The ability to manipulate the environment or enemies in innovative ways makes each situation unique. The design of the stages impresses with its complexity, such as a mansion that alters its structure or a ruined city split between light and shadow, creating challenges that go beyond combat. The narrative, marked by moral dilemmas, builds complex characters and relationships full of tension. The consequences of the decisions may directly impact the outcome, leaving a clear trail of the actions taken. Each location, from narrow alleys to luxurious palaces, carries stories that enrich the universe, making this game a milestone in stealth action games. In 18th place, The Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild revolutionized the concept of open worlds by offering unprecedented freedom. The vast landscape, with towering mountains, mysterious forests, and ancient ruins, invites players to explore every corner in search of secrets and surprises. The interaction with the environment is so fluid that even elements of nature, like wind and fire, directly influence the game's mechanics. The challenges presented range from clever puzzles to exciting battles. The versatility of the combat system, combined with the durability of weapons and the ability to create creative strategies, makes every encounter unpredictable. The shrines scattered across the map offer unique riddles that stimulate reasoning and reward the player's curiosity. The use of visual and implicit storytelling builds a deep connection with the surrounding world. Every place visited tells a story, from inhabited villages to lands ravaged by past battles. The minimalist soundtrack complements the journey, providing moments of calm and reflection in contrast to the adrenaline of challenges. In second-to-last place, Black Myth. Wukong draws attention with its cinematic approach and a fascinating reimagining of Chinese mythology. The environments impress with an aesthetic that blends fantasy and realism. Full of dense forests, ruined temples, and towering mountains that evoke the grandeur of ancient legends. Every setting seems designed to both awe and challenge the player in equal measure. Combat is brutal and technical, requiring mastery of abilities and quick reflexes. Encounters with enemies feature creative designs, often inspired by mythical figures, which adds layers of complexity to the fights. The ability to transform the protagonist into different forms and creatures introduces an innovative mechanic that brings variety to the gameplay and expands strategic options during battles. The plot immerses the player in a journey full of mystery and symbolism, exploring themes of overcoming and destiny. The cultural richness that permeates every detail of the game is captivating, while the moments of exploration reveal secrets that further connect the narrative to the mythological universe. It's an experience that masterfully blends tradition and modernity. Continuing, Metro Exodus expands the series with an immersive journey through the heart of a post-apocalyptic world. The balance between claustrophobic environments and vast, devastated landscapes creates a unique atmosphere, where every visited location has its own story. Radioactive forests, dark deserts, and abandoned cities form the backdrop for exploration filled with tension and mystery. Survival demands attention to detail, from resource management to weapon customization tailored to each situation. The challenges are varied, with changing weather conditions and cycles of day and night directly influencing how dangers are approached and the environment is explored. Progression depends on careful choices, which go far beyond combat and test the player's adaptability to each new obstacle. The plot reinforces the human aspect of the journey, exploring relationships and moral dilemmas that arise along the way. The decisions made affect the fate of companions, creating a deeper connection with the narrative. It's a worthy conclusion, with moments that balance action, tension, and emotion in one of the most impactful games of its generation. And tell me, which of these games have you had the chance to play? Has any of them sparked your curiosity? And would you add it to your list of next games? We'd love to know which one caught your attention the most. Share in the comments which game you consider indispensable and that every gamer should play at least once. If you can, please subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never be in doubt about what to play. I'm leaving 2 videos in the card, one I selected for you and another that YouTube chose. Just click on one of them to watch. A big hug, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.